Hello.
Welcome back to the TwosomePodcast. Welcome to unintentional season 2. We've taken a hiatus of some sort.
That's what some people would call that, that was.
Hiatus, lost in the dark.
Julia and I went through a time together.
A time
apart.
A time actually not together whatsoever.
We actually found ourselves. We were like, you know what? We're spending too much time together. We have to take a break and go find ourselves.
Alyssa broke up with me and we went no contact.
We did go no contact.
If you listened to our previous podcast, which I hope you're back, but not to bring up the past immediately as we open up this new episode, but Alyssa has been known to drunk call or drunk text people. Mm-hmm. And throughout this 4 or 5 month hiatus, I was like, you never drunk texted me. I never got a drunk call. I never got a drunk text. I never got a drunk DM. I never got a drunk TikTok through the DM.
Okay. We were solid no contact. I didn't drunk call you ever.
And honestly, we kind of showed restraint.
Yeah.
We were not toxic at all.
No, we were so good. We
silently building ourselves apart.
we broke up and there was no malice, no yelling. It was very peaceful.
No showing up outside of your door. Bang, bang, bang.
Even though you wanted to.
Yeah.
Julia and I had a little bit of a Brianna chicken fry Grace O'Malley moment, I would say.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except we're coming back from the trenches.
Because we're different and our friendship is stronger than theirs.
Their lifelong friendship. We prevail over their lifelong friendship.
Well, we do. Well, yeah. No, it really kind of was that situation.
No, definitely.
And I don't think...
Who is the Grace and who is the Brianna?
Well, we know the answer to that.
No, I got diagnosed with astigmatism.
Oh, I have that.
Oh my God. See, this is why we're so energetically aligned. Astigmatism, girlies.
God brought us back together so we could get through the astigmatism together.
Oh my God. And bless his heart. Love him for that. Lord and Savior. But yes, we did go MIA, as we've mentioned in all of our little side jokes, for 4 months. And we apologize for that. We did leave people hanging. I got DMs. You got DMs.
I had people come up to me.
What? Yeah. Okay, little Miss fucking famous influencer.
It's Scarlett, at least twice. Asking about the podcast.
I should have been frequenting Scarlett.
I was there and we could have rekindled sooner.
I went one time in that whole time period, and I was scared
that you were gonna run into me.
Yeah, I was like, if we run into each other, I have to be funny. I can't pretend to not see you. I have to look at you and do something funny.
And you know what I would do? Avoid.
Yeah.
You would have to come up to me and
oh, I would have never come up to you.
I know.
But I probably, oh my God, I don't know what I would have done, but what was I saying? Someone came up to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Multiple people.
It's just saying Alyssa, I miss Julia so much. Where is she?
Yeah. They were like, Julia. Yeah, we miss Julia, not you. It's kind of weird. I had people reaching out to me, my friends, and being like, what happened? And I was like, guys, I don't know.
Guys, I don't even know what happened. It just out of the blue, just crazy things.
I don't know. It wasn't me.
I swear it wasn't me. I don't know. The account
I don't
turned
know.
off.
It's just
Mine just went missing.
We just got locked out of our accounts.
And we're like, that's it. We'd rather spill the tea of other people than expose our own tea.
Yeah, I would have much rather tell other people's tea than my own.
And you know what? I think that's just how
that's just mature.
The world works. You'd rather talk shit about someone else than to expose your own vulnerability.
I'm not gonna air out my own dirty laundry.
Yeah, I will if it's funny enough.
I don't know. I did that before and it really backfired on me. So
I might ask you to cut this. I met up with my ex-boyfriend, who him and I dated for 6 years, and we hadn't seen each other in 5. So we got dinner. and the podcast got brought up, and he was like, yeah, I listened to your podcast and I thought you would talk about me, and you didn't say anything about me. I was like,
he was offended that you didn't talk about him.
He expected me to like talk about him.
That wasn't my experience.
God knows how many episodes, and I think he was a little bummed that I didn't bring him up. So I guess now here it is.
Be careful what you wish for, because
and I did bring you up, but I just was discreet enough that I don't think you knew.
Yeah, I guess you just couldn't tell.
Yeah,
I feel like we try to be super discreet when we talk about people.
I think so too, but then it's like a weird line to toe, because in one instance, like you want like people to feel like they're in on the joke. Like we got the feedback of sometimes when we speak, it sounds like an inside joke between us, and the audience isn't really understanding what we're saying.
Okay, so I have talked about people on this podcast, and they not only like they find it, and then we're vague. We're so vague when we talk. Well, I don't know.
I think we're very vague.
We leave out names,
and that's all.
So you would never be able to find out who the person is. But then the person finds it, and then like just exposes that it's them who's being talked about. Like they're like mad that they're being talked about, but no one had to know it was them.
That is true. They're kind of like,
they're asking for the attention. They love it. They eat it up.
They're flagging it for themselves.
Yeah.
My ex posted about me, like a thumbnail. My ex said what about me on their podcast? And we're like, okay, no one knew it was you, but now we all do.
Yeah.
So
and
like,
ex is a crazy word to use.
Her ex said what? They're making their own videos, like circling. You know how people circle like the red things on the thumbnail?
Yes.
Like, get a load
she
of
did
this.
what to me?
Huh?
Oh my God, I'm so shocked that she would put this on the internet. What's changed for you?
What has changed for me? Still single. Still friends with the same people. Still doing the same hobbies. Literally nothing. I've progressed in no way in my life.
The crowd goes
in the
wild.
past 4 months, which like is interesting to think upon. Like I'm like, damn, I really actually haven't done anything crazy in the past couple months.
I would say like the entire trajectory of my life changed.
Yeah.
The second you picked up that microphone and left. And
like in a hobo bag.
Like it's like the second you left, like
your life got better.
No.
Is that what you're trying to say? Your life got better the moment I walked out the door? Wow, Alyssa, that's really fucked up. That's crazy that you would say that.
No, I've always had this burning, gaping hole in my heart without you.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew. Yeah, so, okay. Well, here, we can go through this where our friend put us in a group chat and basically said, can you guys stop being stupid and be friends again? Which, like, I schemed on the other side of that because I was with her at the time. And I hit send. We had that drafted up for an hour. And she kept, like, showing me the phone, being like, you gonna hit send? You gonna hit send? You gonna hit send? And I would like tease and be like, no, I'm not. And then finally I did. And it was you didn't say anything for like 30 minutes.
Okay. So basically, to set the scene, Julia and I had not talked for like 4 months. Maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm at Scarlet, and all of a sudden I look at my phone and there's a text in a group chat with you and our friend, and I was like, what the fuck? And I got scared for like 5 seconds because I was like, oh my God, what are they being mean? What did they say? What are they saying to me?
Like chats of us bullying you on like randomly 4 months
hey,
later.
bitch, forgot about us.
And like, I hope you're having a terrible day.
And it says, yeah, guys, stop being stupid and be friends again, or something like that. And I was like, no fucking way. And no one that I was around knew like how crazy this moment was, because everyone I was around, they didn't know us. Like,
yeah, because she got a whole bunch of new friends.
Yeah.
She's like, anyone going to Billie Eilish and want to hang out with me? And then she was like, Beta Honey, all like the little Chicago lesbians were like, we want to go to Billie Eilish with you. Which, I'm proud that you had that moment and you made some great friends.
It was actually Fletcher, so.
But anyways.
you.
Oh, Fletcher.
When we talk about having a podcast, like to other people, we're like, no, but you don't get it. Like, you don't, like, it sounds like we just have this like silly little like thing that we're doing.
We're like, we're serious about it. We're the real deal.
We're the real deal. You don't get it. Like, okay, but none of my friends that I was with that night got it. Like, they didn't understand like how crazy of a situation it was. I was like, fuck, like, who would get this? Like, I had no one around me who would be like, oh my god, stop, that's crazy. So I was like freaking out a little bit. To share
the shock with you.
Exactly. I was freaking out a little bit by myself. And then like I wasn't gonna say anything until you said something.
Yeah, and I thought that was like why you hadn't said anything.
Yeah.
And I said that to my friend. I was like, she's definitely waiting for me to say something. So I just went. I was like, and I don't want to be serious. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I resolve situations with humor because that is like what I feel most comfortable with. So I just sent a meme that I made of Alyssa, like when we first, like the first time we ever sat down and like started putting together the podcast. I think it was the day that we decided on the name. And we were at this restaurant, and I used like a really crazy Snapchat filter, which like doesn't sound funny, but like it was just the most like hilarious thing at the time.
So funny.
And so I just sent like a picture of Alyssa's like distorted face in the group chat. And I was like, I hope she doesn't think I'm bullying her by like sending this.
No,
but I was like, I don't think that she would, because I sent this to her so many times, like, as a joke. So I think with that context, she'll understand that I'm trying to like be funny about.
That was the most
extending.
Yeah,
you know?
that was the perfect way to like respond.
Yeah.
And then our friend was like, what did she say? Like, meet you at Scarlet or something? And I was like, guys, I'm like literally here. Like, come. And I really thought you were gonna come.
No, we were at a holiday party, and I was wearing a Christmas sweater. I was like, I can't show up to Scarlet wearing a Christmas sweater
for the bit.
There would be times where I would like something funny would happen, or like I would want to say a joke, and I'd be like, only Alyssa would get this. I'm like, I can't
borderline say this. About to get canceled jokes, I would say, and I'm like, you just don't get it.
Jokes that would make people go, are you okay? Are you doing okay? You know? So
like, I can't say my like really offensive things to like a lot of people.
And I like didn't go out. I'm like, oh, yeah. I need my going out friend.
Oh yeah, I'm coined as your going out buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I really only did go to Scarlet one time. But
yeah, I kind of run that place.
You kind of do. You kind of own. I mean, you had people coming up to you that you're the regular. They know what you got going on.
I'm never going back there. I went there for New Year's.
Oh yeah.
You were thinking about coming.
I was, but I did not show.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know. I'm just like, every time I go there, I like get really overstimulated, like all of a sudden, and I'm like,
that makes a lot of sense. It's a very small bar, with like 50 fucking disco balls, and always packed.
It's like all of a sudden, like I need to run away and like Irish goodbye this place, but
which is interesting because you keep going back.
Yeah, I don't know
so
what.
It's not that
it's like a toxic ex. It's like I just like come back for more. I'm like, I'm done this time.
You gotta keep breaking those cycles.
And then I see them post, oh, we're having like girlfriend night, and I'm like, fuck,
girlfriend night.
Like I have to go.
Like, do you find a girlfriend, or it's only for girlfriends?
It's like it's called Girlfriend Hours, and it's like where they play like Renee Rapp and all these queer artists.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like
I'm so out of like the I've to be honest, I feel like I've been really out of the queer loop. I mean, I still have other queer friends and everything, but I haven't really immersed myself in the queer community, which is at my own fault. Like, I haven't gone to any queer events or anything, and that was also something that was like getting to me, where I was like, I just like I haven't been participating. Yeah, and I felt like it was like slipping away, and that made me really scared and uncomfortable. You know, something that bisexuals struggle with, like losing one side of themselves. Not even that I was like in a relationship with a man or like was going on a bunch of dates with men. That was not the case. But I just like not like being an active participant with events and going to like queer bars and like being in queer spaces like as often as I was. That was something that also was like messing with me. I was texting my other queer friends, and I was like, we need to go to queer events ASAP, like now. I was like, I feel like I'm like if
we don't go tomorrow, I'm not gonna be gay anymore. Like, that's what I'm losing my gay card.
I felt like it was like this, you know, like the sand. Like the
time's running out.
I was like, time's running out, guys. I need to go kiss a girl. I need to go kiss a girl.
I need to talk to a gay person.
I need to talk to a gay person. I need to talk to a gay person. No, literally.
Well, I think there's also something to say about being like, you can be friends with queer people, but it's like being friends with queer people who are single is so different.
Absolutely.
Because like we were both single like during that whole stint where we were going to like all those queer events and going out a lot, and that like I feel like you really embrace your queerness. Like more when you're single than like when you're in a relationship, like in a certain way. Just like, you know, putting yourself out there and like surrounding yourself with, like, intentionally surrounding yourself with a queer community. I feel like
Yeah, absolutely. I
seeking
feel like
it out.
now I have majority queer friends, I'll say, which is not something that I anticipated in my life, but yeah, all of them are in relationships, which is like beautiful. Like, I mean, I love hanging out as a group with all of them. But yeah, I think that like what you mentioned is, I'm not finding myself in like a lot of queer spaces. I'm not putting myself out there because like my queer friends, they found their partners. So
Exactly.
so they want to like cozy up and be with their partners, which is like totally understandable. I know that that's something that I would do once I find my person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I'd love for everyone. I'd love for us all to go to a queer event and just like participate in you guys participate every second of every day because you're in a queer relationship. Me, I feel like I'm losing time.
You're like trying to like grasp onto anything that like is semi-queer.
Literally. And the thing is, I deleted my dating apps. So no dating apps. So
what are you doing these days?
Good question. I ask myself the same thing every morning.
You're starting back up your queer podcast is what you're doing.
No, I'm like, I need something. No, but yeah, I deleted all my dating apps. And at first I went to Bumble, which there's no women on Bumble because I was like, I'm done with Hinge. I'm done. Like, cannot. So I switched over to Bumble and I had it, you know, on men and women. And no women date on Bumble. Like, women... What?
I don't even remember what Bumble was like when I was on it.
It was like...
I don't think it was good.
It was like 50 men for every one woman that, you know, when I was swiping. And I was like, there's just no gay
like
women.
A ton of men that use Bumble. I feel like for women, it's like mostly Hinge is what everyone uses.
I know, but I just like... It sucks because, like, I know that that's the case. Like, I found, like, amazing, like, women that I dated on Hinge. But I can't, like, Hinge itself as an entity is devious. And I need to stay away from it. And, like, that is on my New Year's resolution list is to not be on any dating apps. But I know that like, also...
That just, like, puts your pool down to, like, 0, Julia.
I know, okay, it's so bad.
I met my girlfriend on Hinge, so I know. There is hope.
See, like, then I itch and I'm like, I need to download Hinge again.
It really sucks, though. Like, I wasn't looking forward to being on that app. Like, you really have to force yourself into it.
I just feel like people don't respect each other on Hinge.
Or in any space.
But I'm like, the dating space, like, through Hinge, I avoided Tinder because I'm like, people don't respect each other on Tinder.
Yeah.
And I feel like Hinge has just evolved into like the adult version of Tinder, or like, yeah, where people are now in their fucking 30s.
Yeah.
And they're like, I feel like people lie. Tinder, they're straight up. They're like, I just want to fuck. Do you just want to fuck? Let's fuck. Hinge is like, I'm looking for my person. I'm looking to finally settle down, like, long-term relationship. And then that's like a lie. Like, they're literally lying. That's not what they want.
That's so true.
They just want to, like, they know that that's what the other person is looking for. So they're gonna see how much that they can get until the other person finds out that, like, oh, that they actually lied.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like curating your profile to look the most, like, the best version of yourself that, like, does not exist at all.
Literally. I haven't had a lot of interest. I feel like I've just been so stressed out.
It's real.
Stressed and, like, sad.
Real.
And I'm like, I just can't fathom investing in a relationship right now, which is such like the fuckboy answer of like, I just am trying to focus
it's
on myself.
Because you haven't
I don't have time for this.
You haven't found the right person that's like worth the sacrifice of like your time.
Absolutely. Oh my god, when I find that person, I'll destroy
you're gonna wreck your entire life. You're gonna lose your job, lose your apartment. You're gonna be on the streets.
My daily schedule gone.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to see me, I'm there.
Yeah. No. Relatable.
Is that kind of what happened with you?
Yeah, I'm like in a U-hauling situation currently.
She's dating someone.
I have a girlfriend.
She has a girlfriend.
Yeah. Wait, what was it? Riz Revival?
Riz
the
Revival. Riz Revival.
Yeah. Okay, wait. A topic I wanted to talk about. So I obviously went out on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Scarlet. Like, obviously with my girlfriend. And I don't know if this is a thing. Apparently it is, but I just have never, like, experienced this. I don't know. like I have been approached like more times being in a relationship than I was when I was single. And it's like clear that I'm like there with her. Like we are not like we're touching each other, we're kissing each other, and people are, I know, gasp. Oh my god, PDA. PDA. But so someone actually, a girl, came up to me. So I was with my girlfriend.
She said, "Hey, mask mommy, I want a piece of that."
That's what she said, actually, word for word. I'm standing with my girlfriend and then my friend. It's just the three of us. We're like heading out to get in our Uber, and this girl comes up to us, and she's really drunk, and she's saying like, "Are you guys leaving?" And we're like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, like, okay, never mind. Like, I was gonna say like if you were staying, like I have someone who might be interested." And like, first off, that's like a weird thing to say to begin with.
In what? Yeah, like interested in what context?
Exactly. So she walks away, and then like 2 minutes later, she makes her way back.
She's doing rounds.
She's not giving up.
She is not leaving the bar without someone by her side.
No. She comes back and she goes, "My friend likes you." And I like did a double take, and I was like, "Is she like talking to me right now?"
You're like, "You talking to me?" Yeah. You're like, "Do you know who I am? I'm the former podcast host of Twosome."
Do you not know my fucking name? So I'm like, wait, I said something like, "Wait, are you talking to me?" And she was like, "Yeah, like my friend over there." And I'm just like,
she runs over there.
Yeah.
It's her.
Yeah. And I like stand there and I'm like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "Oh, like this is my girlfriend." And then this girl is like, "Oh my god, I had no idea, like blah blah blah, like I'm so sorry, this is so awkward." And she just keeps rambling on, just being like, "This is so weird, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "It's really not, you could just like walk away." I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I was like, damn,
no.
Alyssa.
No, but like she just stayed standing there talking to us, being like, "I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "You're making this weird by not just like walking back over." And like it was just it was odd. And I'm like, there's no way she didn't see, like,
she says third question mark.
Yeah,
room for one
I was
more?
like, there's no way you did not see that we were together. Like, I'm sure your friend, if she was looking at me, then she saw me interacting with my girlfriend. Like, just weird. And that, like, I'm just like, why does that happen? Especially, it's like queer women have like no boundaries at all.
I think that it's the aura. I think like when you're in a relationship, someone is like, okay, someone else sees that person as like valuable, and so I want to see what's there. I want to get a piece of that. I want to see what's going on. Like, I want to see what's so desirable about that person. It's like it's like a you want what you can't have type situation.
Right. So true. And when you're single, you're just like, well, why does no one want you?
Like, because you're
Chopped
probably like
liver.
not really interacting with other women. Like, you're not like touching them or kissing them or dancing on them. So like, it's kind of like, I don't know if that person is gay, or like Maple looking at you, obviously they would know you're gay, but especially that night. Yeah, especially that night, and every other day. But okay.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Drive-by hate crime. Catching strays. No. Yeah, no, but I think that's like when they see you interacting like sexually or romantically with another person, I think that makes you seem like a more desirable person. Yeah, because then you can see like that person in a different light, other than if you just saw them standing there. And you're like that person's kind of awkward, but now you're like, oh, that person's comfortable. They're like dancing, they're like touching and stuff. So you're like, oh, that person seems like inviting and chill. Yeah. And like,
I guess my next question is like, where do you find the audacity? Like, that's just like, I would never go up to someone who looked like they were with someone.
Yeah, the moment I see someone like put their hands on another person,
they're off
like
limits.
dance with them, I'm like, oh, that's their partner, and I would never go up to them.
Like, I guess I could see it if it's like, oh, maybe they just like met that night. Maybe they don't really know each other. Like, I don't know. Or like, I do feel like obviously a lot of people or queer people are in open relationships too. I feel like that's becoming a lot more common. Oh my God, could never be me. I am way too jealous for that.
Absolutely not. Where are my monogamous queers at? Hit me up. My DMs are open.
Monogamy all the way.
But
I don't know. yeah, it was just like, it's just been so interesting, like experiencing that.
I'm looking back to like the 2 relationships I've ever been in life, and I think that my last one, I do recall people coming up and talking to me like way more often, I feel like, than they do now.
You know what also it could be is like,
You're
like,
getting older. I'm getting older.
You're old as fuck is what that is. No,
I'm losing my youthful glow.
Well, like I feel like when you're like, it is like an energy thing. Like when you're single and you are seeking people out, it does make you like, it just like the vibe you give off is like less attractive.
The desperate energy that you're emitting, people can pick up on it.
Yeah, it's like you're more desperate. Like people can just sense that you're a loser.
A single fucking loser that no one wants.
One wants. You're so undesirable. Yeah, but then when you're like dating someone, then you're obviously like not looking or seeking anything out, and then like I just feel like you have a cooler vibe to you.
Yeah, like you're just
nonchalant.
You're aloof. Yeah, you're nonchalant.
Yeah, you're like,
people can tell that you're not like, let me see if there's any hot people here.
Me, like every time I was single.
Literally me looking around like desperate.
I'm like,
guys,
like,
is there anyone?
Guys, go talk to that person like for me.
Yeah. I had my friend go and give my phone number to a bartender recently.
That's hot.
Yeah, it was hot. I don't think anything's gonna come of that.
But you're the type of person to like do it yourself. Like you
I don't know about that.
No, I've seen you walk up to people. I've seen you. There was like this specific time when we were at Dorothy, and you were like that girl, and I'm like, and we were all like, oh, we can like go up to her and like ask for you, and like then you were like, should I go? Should I not? Like, should I go up to her? And then we were like, no, yeah, like you can, like, or like we're like, we'll go up for you. And then we were just talking about it, and then you just like all of a sudden turn around and just go, and you go and give this girl your number and like talk to her, and we're like, oh, okay, like she didn't need us.
See, because a lot of the time I gaslight myself, and I'm like, oh, it's really cringe to like have your friend go and give them your number, because I would want someone to be confident enough to come up to me. Although then I don't know how it, like, I guess because I wasn't like, I was sober and we were just getting dinner and like hanging out at this bar. It was like a weeknight. I don't think I had the confidence in me at that moment. So like, and also we had already left, and I was like, oh, I feel like I should have given him my number. So then my friend went and gave them my number. But then a lot of the times I'll talk myself up, and I'm like, you got to do it now. You got to do it now. And if you don't do it now, if you think, and even like, if you think about it for even a second more, you're going to psych yourself out. So I just force myself to do it. I forgot that I do have the capacity to do that. And I have done it.
You
in
do.
The past,
you're strong and independent. And
I guess I'm just thinking about the most recent time where I was like, can you give them my number?
I guess like you did have liquid courage.
I did.
That time.
But since I don't have the dating app, I'm like, I'm gonna need to grow some balls and do it.
I mean, the more you do it, the easier it's gonna get.
Absolutely. And
the
like
exposure therapy.
And they found it attractive. They're like, it was cool that you did that.
Yeah.
People find it attractive.
It is so
when you go
hot.
up to them. Like,
yeah.
And hopefully they're hopefully they're not like you, who's like, are you fucking talking to me, bitch? I have a girlfriend. And you scare them away from ever talking to someone ever again.
Okay, no, there was another time where someone came up to me when I was with my girlfriend, and this was like when we had like first started seeing each other, so we weren't even official at this point. And someone came up to me at Scarlet, and they were talking to me like about my TikTok or something. I was like I was kind of being like a little bit of a bitch, because I don't know, like those situations are so awkward.
Never
for me.
Meet your heroes.
Never meet your
heroes. Don't, internet lies, they're never the same.
Wait, that sounds so bad.
Like, yeah, they came up to talk about my TikTok, and I was being a bitch. and people came up to me and talked about the podcast. Okay. You just blew up on the internet in the meantime.
Really, I'm the biggest cunt that ever existed. Don't talk to me. No, I just like felt really uncomfortable, because I was like, oh, like
I get that.
What do you say? Because I don't want to like look like I'm entertaining this girl when she's standing there. Like I don't want her to be like, what are you doing? But then I'm also like, oh, like I want to be nice. Like I wasn't actually like a bitch, but like it's just like so uncomfortable.
She makes an exposed TikTok.
Look what this influencer said
this
to me.
Influencer said, what about me?
The clickbait would go crazy. This micro influencer,
Chicago micro influencer,
1,000 followers,
bullied me at the club,
and then hit me in the face.
But that's really funny. So what was she saying about your TikTok? I'm curious.
She was just like, oh, like I've seen you, like I follow you on TikTok. I've like seen your videos, and like, but that's what I meant by I was being a bitch, was like I was like being really short like with her, so I didn't really like get much out of her, like
that makes sense,
or what she saw, because I was like, oh, like thanks, like whatever, and then I kind of just
you want to buy me a drink?
yeah I just turned back to my girlfriend, and yeah, I don't know, I'm just like so awkward.
That makes sense. I've had someone be so mean to me when I was like, oh, like,
what the fuck?
Do you have a girlfriend? Like, I think you're cute. And they're like, yeah, I saw you looking at me the whole time from across the bar. I was like, damn,
whoa,
sorry.
Oh my god.
So I did get spooked for a couple of years going up to someone. But usually I met with kindness. Either like they're
you won't be met with kindness if you come up to me.
Yeah, don't. She's gonna actually beat the fuck out of you outside. She's gonna wait for you outside of Scarlet and take you in the alley.
I'm gonna give you a black eye.
She's gonna give you a swirly in the bathroom. She's like, don't ever come up to me when I'm with my girlfriend again.
I swirly. That's my dream, to give someone one of those. I've actually had dreams. Well, one of my dreams is to punch someone in the face at a bar, like get into a bar fight.
Really?
Yeah, but like it's just not socially acceptable these days.
No, I think we've gotten to the point where people will press charges.
And like you'll get canceled and probably banned from the bar.
This micro influencer threw a punch at the bar.
This micro influencer beat the fuck out of 5 people at Scarlet.
She cleared out the whole bar.
She gave 10 of them swirlies.
People were lining up for swirlies. She said, you're next.
Fuck.
A lot has been going on in Alyssa's world in the past couple months.
I swear I'm a nice person.
I'm a little saint. I just no aggressions.
I wouldn't
over here.
hurt a fly.
I wouldn't hurt a fly
Unless you crossed me.
And I did scream at a man on Halloween.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
This random man, it was like me, my brother's girlfriend, and then my other friend. Eventually, he just like hopped in our Uber and took my brother's spot in the Uber. And I was like, you're not coming back to my apartment. Get out of the Uber. Get out of the Uber. Get out of the fucking Uber. And he wouldn't get out of the Uber. And then to my brother, he's like, come on, man. Just be a bro. Just be a bro. Like, he took my brother's spot in the Uber. My brother was like, get the fuck out of the Uber or I'll yank you out of the Uber. And then he finally listened to the man.
That's fucking
I'm like, I could have yanked you out too. I could have done violence.
I have muscles. I could have ripped you.
I could have smacked you upside the back of the head. I was behind you. As we were rejoining forces, it came out that Becca and Shannon have broken up. Mm-hmm. So we thought that we would see it through. We broke the news on TikTok of their relationship, which is still like so funny to think about.
Yeah, we did. We
did
were
break the news.
First ever video on TikTok. Mm-hmm. To go viral about them, because we were speculating. I don't think it was confirmed.
And my friend had told me. I didn't even like see it for myself. Yeah. But it was not confirmed at the time. And I think
everyone was getting mad at us for saying that they were dating.
That we exposed them, that we're like outing Becca as a queer person.
We were being accused of outing Becca more as a queer person, exposing their relationship that apparently didn't exist, but it did exist, and we were right. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we have the right to talk about this now.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, like, it was really shocking. Like, a TikTok came up of their podcast that they put out, and I'm jaw dropped. I was like, I cannot believe. I mean, I didn't anticipate them to get married. I don't know. To be honest, I didn't think that deeply about the relationship.
No.
Like, it was fun to learn about, but I didn't follow it. Right. But when I learned why they broke up, that was very interesting to me, because I am a bisexual person, as is Becca. So, like, obviously Becca has a lot of internalized homophobia. That was like so apparent. It was interesting that they didn't really talk about that. Like, Shannon kind of just was like, yeah, like, oh, it's okay. Like, this is so normal. Like, it was like glossed over as like a very normal concern, which, like, in a way it is, but just like the way it was broadcasted, and to like thousands of people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it was like, I don't want to have a child if it's not my biological child. I think that that's just like problematic in itself to say, because
even if you're not queer, that's problematic to say.
Because you like, the big thing is, why, like, you have to love your kid no matter what. So what, you wouldn't love them as much as you would your biological child? Because what if you can't have children? What if like your future partner can't have children? Also, like, you know, giving up this relationship that they showed that they felt so comfortable with each other, they loved each other, they felt very secure. Like, you're giving up this partner for this like reality that doesn't even exist right now.
Right.
You know?
I do think like their breakup and like her internalized homophobia runs so much deeper than like the kid topic. I think that was just like one of the things that maybe was at the forefront of her mind, like when she's like going through all of this.
Absolutely.
So I think it's like, it's a lot deeper than that, but it sucks that that was what was like focused in on and broadcasted to so many people. Like, they should have kept that completely private and not talked about it like in front of a camera, because of course you're gonna have people who are like, what the fuck, because that is an incredibly alarming thing to say.
Absolutely. And like in my head, I'm like, what queer woman is going to take you seriously in dating? You kind of just like axed yourself from the queer dating pool, unless like that person doesn't want kids, but then again, you still do want kids,
right?
So like, if I wanted kids and I met her, I would be like, this is never, why would I even waste my time dating you, because you already like exposed to the world that you want a biological child. So like, why are you even still dating women?
Right.
So it's kind of like, did she put an end to dating women?
Well, I think she did unintentionally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so you're done dating women.
I mean, because that is a risk. Like, dating her it's gonna be viewed as a risk to like queer women, because they're like, I don't know if I want to take that chance on you if you're just gonna up and leave one day because of like something that you just can't work past. I mean, I wouldn't date someone who like hasn't come to terms with their queerness and like that way. Also, like, I know I talked to you a little bit about this, and I know you have a different perspective because you are bi, but like, as a lesbian, that I think a lot of people are saying like, oh, she just like hasn't had the chance to like mourn the life that she wanted like with a man or whatever, but like I've just like never mourned that, because I just always saw myself with a woman, and it's like there wasn't anything to mourn. I guess like societal like comp head or something like plays into that for a lot of people, but like I don't have an option, you know, like it's just like I've never viewed that as like a negative thing that we need to mourn. It's just like, it is what it is. Like, we're just not, I mean, it sucks. I'm mourning the fact that I can't make a child with like my wife, but also like that doesn't mean that like I'm not going to be just as happy and content with a kid that isn't 100% mine.
Yeah, you just have to jump through more hoops, which is something that like you have to mentally prepare for.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, as a bi person, I do understand mourning. Like, when I've dated men, I've mourned like feeling the loss of my queerness. And then when I've dated women, I have mourned like the, you know, like maybe the privilege that you get with a regular heteronormative relationship. And like, yeah, you would be able to have kids biologically, and like it'd be easy, you won't get as much hate, you know, perhaps like throughout your life, or judgment. But like that, I think that's the only thing I've more like, I'm like, oh yeah, it would be like, they always say it's like, oh, it's so much easier to date men, like it not like connection wise, but like societal wise, like, you know, it is
objectively easier.
But so I understand that, and like I have felt like loss on either side of like where I've dated, like, and even like not participating in the queer community, I feel like I've lost, like I was losing something that like is a part of me, and I need to like throw myself back into the community full force. So I understand like the feeling of loss, but yeah, it was just that like, I don't understand. I don't know if like, did she not understand the gravity of what she was saying, that she felt so okay with just outwardly being like, I don't want a child if it's not biologically mine. I understand everyone's grievance, But I do have some empathy for like the situation, because she is a baby queer still, and that was her first girlfriend. It was a very public relationship.
Awful.
Like, it's a very crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
But I guess I hope that she just can start to feel comfortable within herself and her queerness. It seems like her family like accepted who she was, and I don't know what it is that's still not allowing her to like release that like judgment from within. But I hope that she can surround herself with more queer people and find herself in queer spaces, and expand on what queerness is gonna look like for her in her future.
Yeah, totally. I hope she figures it out. And yeah, I do think a lot of people are being really harsh. I think it was wrong to like publicly say that, but also,
like, what if you can't have kids?
Yeah,
then you adopt kids, and then your kids see that.
Exactly. It's so much more than it just being about like not being able to have kids with like a woman. It's just like, that's a gross thing to say, even if you were with a man. Like, yeah, like adopting kids, or like maybe he can't have kids or you can't have kids. It's just like, why are you shouldn't be having kids if that's your requirement. And
I think like how she presented it, where she was like, I saw Shannon like playing with kids, and in that moment I knew I didn't want to be with her.
I had to let her go.
I'm like that
bitch,
is crazy.
Bitch.
If I was Shannon and I had someone say that to me,
heartbroken.
That is insane.
And
then to tell the internet that that's how you felt. Like, you can have those very intimate and like truthful conversations with each other, but like you like presenting that to the internet, you're absolutely opening up like an important conversation, but like a conversation where you're going to receive a lot of criticism and feedback. And like everyone's queer experience is so different, so I understand why like everyone has their own emotional reaction and has different opinions. Like, that's fine, but like, yeah, you're going to receive a shit ton of like feedback from that, because is Shannon like a genius and knew that like Becca was gonna get she's like, I'm just gonna have fun for a year. Like, I'm gonna try this out. I know it's not gonna well, they said that they knew that they were building their relationship on sand. Like, it was never know. They had a shaky beginning
start. Yeah, I don't know. I think Shannon needs to stop having public relationships, probably.
I agree. I haven't really followed her. I didn't really follow her before, like with all of her other relationships. I kind of like came in at the Becky situation, but yeah, I think it would do her some justice if she kept something private, or at least like for a year.
Yeah, just like, yeah, I'm sure she's learning.
Yeah, I'm sure she put out that solo podcast like explaining more about the situation, which I didn't get all the way through, but I know.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah, but
anyway.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I mentioned, everyone has really different opinions about it.
They do.
So I would love to hear how you feel about that situation, and like what you would think if your queer partner presented that with you. I'd
lose my mind.
I would just feel like I wouldn't trust them anymore.
No, yeah.
Like, I feel like I would lose that sense of comfort and
and I would view them
security.
Differently.
You know, I feel like there's something about me that you don't fully love.
Yeah, it's like,
and it's the fact that we can't have a biological child.
Like, why am I not enough? Also, like, I don't know. That's just like weird. It's just weird to say.
It is.
Think. So,
yeah. I guess when you put your whole life on the internet, the line gets blurred of like what should be private and what should not.
Yeah, you just have no filter anymore.
Yeah, which is what we have to proceed with. Anyways, well, we're glad to be back.
Yeah,
and I hope that you guys are excited as well.
All of our fans.
We're sorry.
I'd like to make a public apology for this hiatus.
Yeah,
that was mine.
I accept your apology.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, we're excited to get the ball rolling again. We are excited to report more on the Lestopia drama, although it's been a little quiet lately.
Yeah.
The queers have settled down.
They have.
But hopefully things get spicy soon. And we will see you next week.
Bye. What the fuck?
I forgot, it's been so long.
That's crazy.